Hey guys, how you doing? I know I haven't made a video in a while. I've been extremely busy with stuff. Obviously, there's so much going on in the world right now. It's almost overwhelming to get to all of it. There is something that I just really wanted to touch on here real quick, just because I think it's very important that I get this out, because it's being circulated all over the alternative news right now, as well as some of the mainstream media, and it is invalid, as my research has shown. So some of you may have already seen this. Be aware there's a National Day of Rage scheduled for July 15th, which is in 2 days, which is on Friday. That the hacktivist group Anonymous has basically come out and stated that they're calling for a nationwide Day of Rage protests for Friday, because of all the killings that the police have been doing and what have you. So the only problem with this is this exact article came out in 2014 during the Michael Brown shooting in Ferguson, and I'm going to show you that here in a second. So first off, Zero Hedge is one of the most popular alternative news sites. If you guys haven't heard of it, I highly suggest you checking out the site. This and Drudge Report, along with a few others, are definitely gaining favor in the alternative news scene, and they tell it how it is. There's nothing conspiratorial going on in these sites at all. So that's why I wanted to show you this. But it's being circulated all over the place. So what it says here, it says use this list of places not to be on Friday the 15th. While the video by Anonymous does not specify nonviolence and denounces the actions taken against police officers that were not involved in these deaths with the tagline, quote-unquote, Day of Rage, I think it's safe to expect emotions to be running very high on both sides of the line. No matter how great your empathy might be for those who have unjustly lost their lives, these protests are not safe places to be. Then it goes on to, it basically has a list here of a bunch of cities. I think it's 37 cities throughout the United States, and it has the time as well as the address of where the quote-unquote Day of Rage protests are supposed to occur. You can see right here, it starts off with Phoenix, Tucson, Little Rock, and I can just scroll down here a little bit. Manhattan, Columbus, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Austin, Salt Lake, Milwaukee, and Gateway Pundit has the exact same thing, and other alternative news sites list the exact same stuff. And then, I can go on and on. There's a whole bunch of articles that have come out this week stating the exact same thing with the exact same list of cities. Now, when I did some research here, I found out that I went to, first of all, I found it on IBT, which is International Business Times. Ferguson Anonymous calls for National Day of Rage in response to Michael Brown's shooting. If you scroll down, there's a link here that says 37 cities. When you click on that, it brings you to Pastebin, and inside Pastebin, you can see right there, it says National Day of Rage, Thursday, August 21st, 2014. And then, as you can see, it starts listing off the exact same cities, the exact same times, the exact same addresses. So we know this is complete bullshit. We all know that Anonymous is a group that has no leader. Basically, anybody with a Guy Fawkes mask can put it on, get on YouTube, and create a video and create stir, and then circulate it through the media sites, and everyone's going to buy into it with nobody questioning anything. I, for one, am not one to trust anyone, whether it be alternative news or mainstream. I always do my homework, and I urge you guys to do the same. What scares, it scares me that all the crap that's going on in the world right now, especially the distractions that are taking place in our country, in the U.S., with the whole divide and conquer agenda. Everyone is, the government's trying to pit white against black, Jew against Christian, Muslim against Christian, and this is the agenda. They're trying to, basically disrupt the way we live, and they're trying to, in my personal opinion, start some sort of civil war that is going to take place before the elections. I stated this even a couple of years ago. Me and many others were talking about how these elections were just a bullshit dog and pony show, and there wasn't going to be an election, especially with another Bush running, another Clinton running. They're all controlled by the same people, and now it's basically come out that throughout the media in the past couple of months or even weeks, they're all saying that there's not going to be an election. There's going to be some sort of event to take place from now until November where martial law is basically going to be declared. I know it sounds crazy, but the government has been preparing for martial law, as some of my previous videos stated, and a lot of you have seen, just the news circulating, how the drills have been taking place, and they've been preparing for civil unrest. So that goes without saying, but I just wanted to share this with you guys just because this is a perfect example of how disinformation can get circulated throughout the web and throughout YouTube, and everybody buys into it without second guessing or doing their own homework. So I just wanted to share that with you, and I'm not saying nothing is going to happen on Friday. I personally think that something might happen at the DMC and the Republican National Convention. There have been some other articles showing that Black Lives Matter group got hacked. Their Twitter accounts got hacked, and they are calling for protests, and they're going to disrupt the rallies. They're bringing in thousands of people by bus, they're talking about, to disrupt the conventions, and that might cause some sort of reaction by the government. I don't really see how martial law is going to be put in place nationwide if it's just 2 cities. If violence erupts in 2 cities, they might lock down those 2 cities, and then some other, that might be the catalyst, and then some other dominoes might fall after that. But I don't see how martial law is going to be, instated just by those conventions. But I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But in any case, you can see here another one from Anti-Media 2014, so the same thing, showing the same list. And then, I actually got on Snopes, and this is where I originally found it. Anonymous Day of Rage protests. A rumor that hacktivist collective Anonymous has called for nationwide Day of Rage protests on July 15th is identical to false rumors circulated in 2014. And it goes on to show here, there's, a tweet coming from one of the Anonymous activists saying, Anonymous has no leaders. Anonymous is not organized by anyone. Anonymous can be anything or it can be nothing at all. And then one of the more popular Twitter accounts, which is Operation Ferguson, they've got a little more credibility, whoever they are, but they even go ahead and state right here, they say there is no Day of Rage, there never was and never was announced one. There's a nationwide vigil tonight, demo Saturday. That's for the Michael Brown shooting. So as you can see, everyone is talking about a Day of Rage happening on Friday. It's all over the net. Everyone I subscribe to is talking about it, and I for one, felt like I needed to get this out there and show you guys the other side of it, and show you guys that, like I said, something may happen Friday, but the fact that this identical list is being circulated as of the same one that was circulated 2 years ago with the exact same times, cities, and dates, shows me that this is just some other anonymous wannabe or whoever it is getting on YouTube and creating their own little video calling for a Day of Rage. And in my opinion, I think it's just a giant hoax, but you guys can form your own opinion on that. But nonetheless, I did want to share these articles with you. I will leave links to all these websites that I have here. You guys can check it out yourself. Like I said, be vigilant, do your own homework. Don't believe anyone. You have to do your own research on this stuff and corroborate it with, reputable investigative journalists and reputable sites, and stay away from the conspiracy crap and the hoax sites such as this. So anyway, that's all I got, guys. Obviously there's a whole bunch of other stuff I need to get into. Things are ratcheting up over in Russia and Syria and Israel and the Middle East and Ukraine, and it's all coming to a head, it seems like. So I'll get to that in my next video. Till then, this is me signing off. You guys take care.